couple of weeks ago, there was a big school board fight that was happening out there. And it just happened. A complete coincidence. My wife and I were in Loudoun County for a couple of days. And I remember driving along. We went for a drive. We were staying at this resort. We went for a drive. And I ended up on this highway that was named after still named after a Confederate officer. And it was it was like the Civil War Trail. That's what they defined it as. This is the Civil War Trail. Mind you, these are all just Confederate sites. That's all just the sites. But the one that caught my attention it was called Mount Defiance. And Mount Defiance was, and let's this exactly, your eyes bubble up, but this isn't even a mountain. This is a rolling hill that they have renamed a mountain. And it marks the defeat, yet a defeat. It actually is a marker of a loss in the Confederates. And the only the Pyrrhic victory that of that moment was Robert E. Lee was able to get his army farther north so that they could come up with some kind of. So it wasn't as if there was a win; it was a loss. But they call it Mount Defiance because there's such a history and a richness of the tradition of resistance, and there's such glory that people have in these sort of lost causes. So to call it Mount Defiance, to me, that sort of says a lot about the fact that Loudoun County was a place and space where we're seeing the pushback of CRT. And it helps frame for me an understanding of what really this is about is fundamentally, ideologically, these people don't want anybody putting any ideas on them that they didn't concoct for themselves. And it's fundamentally about that. And I see it over and over again. So I hate the fact that we have to put so much time, effort, and energy into it because it's not a legitimate actual discourse, but it nevertheless has to happen that we talk about this stuff on some level.
It seems to me highly unlikely that actual critical race theory is being taught to kids in elementary school or high school, right?
Not only highly unlikely, but I think go back to my experience. So what you have is kids like me who are in a classroom where you have teachers who have not themselves been in any way or made aware of race and racialization, how they've been racialized in their own history. So therefore, there's an inability to teach me. So what I